Hello everyone, and welcome to this live webinar in partnership with ESSCA School of Management. I am Ilaria from Docsity, and today we are here with Monica Pastor from ESSCA Recruitment Office. Welcome, Monica. And she will share insightful information about ESSCA bachelor's programs. Okay, so I see that people are starting to join us. Thanks again for being with us today, and feel free to drop a message in the chat, say hello, and where you are connecting from. Again, I am Ilaria from Docsity. Welcome you all, and thanks for connecting to this live webinar in partnership with ESSCA School of Management today. If you have any questions during the webinar, please drop them into the Q&A box, and we will take them in the last part of our event. I now leave the floor to Monica from ESSCA Recruitment Office, who is going to talk about ESSCA Bachelor's Program. Welcome, Monica, and thanks for being with us today.
Thank you, Ilaria. Thanks very much for joining us today. So, as Ilaria said, my name is Monica. I'm representing ESSCA School of Management. I'm actually from the Budapest campus of the school, but later on I'm going to tell you more about the school and its campuses. So I'm going to share my presentation with you. I hope you can see it properly. Okay, perfect. So yeah, we are having this online webinar dealing with and talking about ESSCA School of Management. We are focusing more on the undergraduate programs that are available. So ESSCA School of Management is a French business school offering programs in English. So we have English taught programs for our international students. And I know that in these online events, in this virtual world, sometimes it's hard to get the real feeling of the school, but I will try to do my best to bring the school closer to you and to explain everything about the school and the available programs. And I know that this this online session might not be that interactive as you were, visiting us on campus. But yeah, let's try to do and make the best out of it. So I invite you to, just to collect your questions during my presentation or take some notes when, if you need more clarification. And at the end of the presentation, you will get the chance to ask your questions that comes to your mind or anything that you would like to in more depth. So let's get started. So ESSCA School of Management, as I said, it's a French business school being at multiple campuses, so not only in France, but also in Hungary. Actually, as I said, I'm from the Budapest campus of this wonderful institution. And I'm going to start with a short video just to give you a short insight. Here we go.
Since 1909, ESSCA has been committed to training the managers of
I'm sorry, the video stopped for some reason. I'm going to try to reboot.
Paris to Shanghai, 8 campuses, 2 international.
A prestigious school operating on a human scale.
Everyone gets their moment to shine.
A management school, a life experience.
With partner universities in more than 50 countries.
Promoting open minds,
diversity,
interdisciplinarity,
and responsibility.
Undergraduate studies, continuing education.
Your expectations change, your needs evolve.
A variety of specialist programs.
To build your future and reveal your potential, professional or student.
ESSCA prepares you for the challenges of our time.
Ambassadors of excellence.
Drivers of innovation.
Professors and researchers have made our institution famous.
Not 1, not 2, but 3 accreditations. We aim for your dreams. With 2,500 corporate partners around the world,
our prestige is based on their trust.
By defending CSR and sustainable development values,
ESSCA is committed to a more positive future.
Because today is when tomorrow begins.
Okay, so here we go with some history and key figures. So as you heard, the school was founded in 1909, so we have quite a long history. The school is over 100 years old now. And over the years, it's been growing, it's getting bigger and bigger. Now we are present at 8 campuses actually currently in 3 countries, but upcoming one more campus in Spain. So we will have the 9th campus in Spain, Malaga, soon. So the school itself is fully recognized, and its programs is fully recognized by the French state, and the degree that we give is internationally recognized. We own the Triple Crown accreditations, the AACSB, AMBA, and EQUIS accreditations. So if you haven't heard about these labels before, it's important to know that these labels are given to the best business schools in the world. Only 1% of the business schools of the world have these Triple Crown accreditations. So why is it important for you, for students? So basically these accreditation bodies checks the whole organization, the whole operation of the institution. So the school must comply with very strict standards, and it has to undergo regular reviews and continuous development. So basically, it's a guarantee for the students that they will get quality education and a valuable degree at the end of their studies. And the fact that you graduate with a triple accredited business school, it also means that you too meet these very high standards. We have 600 permanent faculty and lecturers and international experts coming from all over the world. And now we have over 7,000 students at our campuses. They are coming from very different countries. So yeah, if in the chat section you can just drop a line where you're from, that we can see. But I'm pretty sure that we also have students from your countries, as we have now more than 50 nationalities present on our campuses. And we have about 18,000 alumni worldwide. So our students really have the opportunity to build a wide network of students and meet these very wonderful alumni in the network that they have access to. So our students can reach out to our alumni and learn from their experiences and just get some advice. So there is a nice network that you can join if you're a student at ESSCA. Also, we have strong links with companies. So it's important, of course, when it comes to internships or when it comes to your first professional job, but also it happens that at our courses, not only university professors teachers, but also we have professors coming from the field, coming from these companies, who can bring like first-hand experience to the classroom. So these are the wonderful cities that we are currently located in. So we have 6 campuses in France, 1 in Budapest, 1 in Shanghai. And as I said, we are opening 1 more in Malaga, actually this September, and in the upcoming year in Luxembourg. So the school is getting bigger and bigger, opening more room for international students. And last but not least, this is the triple accredited business school that with these many campuses. And if it comes to Hungary, Budapest, we are the only triple accredited business school in Hungary. And on the map, you can see how international the school is, like covering almost like the whole map with the campuses. We have many international partner institutions. So for example, when it comes to the international semester for our students, they have a lot to choose from. We have partner institutions in the Americas, in Asia, Australia, all over Europe. So our students have a wide range of opportunities to go and spend their international semester at partner institutions. So yeah, we have this very strong international culture on our campuses. Our courses are fully taught in English. Well, of course, if you want to choose the French track, that's also possible in France. So if you're not your first language, but maybe the second language, the foreign language that you like to learn and study at, then you will have the options to do that at our French campuses. And also there is this international outlook. So our undergraduate and also postgraduate students have the opportunity to go abroad and spend at least 1 semester abroad. We also accept students at our campuses. So each year we have almost 1,000 students who visit our campuses, and we also send our students to partner institutions. So there is always this nice coming and going on our campuses. with international students who bring, a different aspect to the classroom. So if you have like a classroom full of students, they might come from 30, 40 nationalities, and they have very different opinion about the topic. So it's a nice way to interact with students from other nations. So let's jump into the undergraduate programs that we offer. First of all, the 3-year Bachelor in International Management program. So it's a 3-year program. It's a very intensive program with 2 internships, one at the end of the first year and 1 full semester at the end of the 3rd year. So basically you will have the option to spend twice internship with a company. It can be either in France or in Hungary if you're starting at the Budapest campus, or in any other countries basically that you wish to study at. And in the 2nd year, this is when the international semester takes place. So our students have the opportunity to choose from about 50 institutions worldwide. So they can go to Canada, Asia, stay in Europe, in very different countries, based on your interest, or if you pick a school that you really like, and if it's on the list, you can apply to that and spend that 1 semester. So, this program is perfect for those who want fast access to the job market. So after 3 years, you can just start your career right away. You can end up in very different positions. This program doesn't really have a strong specialization. We have, in the 3rd year, we have this international business developer that's in English, what we offer. So speaking about the English track, so this is what we offer in the 3rd year. But however, this program is designed to give you an idea how international companies operate. So, and with very different fields like finance or logistics or marketing or PR. So basically we try to cover the whole organization. And later on, of course, in master level, you can further specialize, but in this program, you will get an insight to all these fields. So I think that's why it's so good. And during the internships, you will also have the chance to try yourself out and try a field, or maybe try a very different one in your 2nd internship, just to try to find the best fit for you. So as I said, this program is very good for those who want to get fast access to the job market, because our students get employed very quickly after graduation. Or it will give you enough time to think about your future plans. You might want to consider to go on a master level. So during these 3 years, you will have the chance, to think about that and find your way. So this is just to give you an idea where our students end up after graduation. Many of them use the business development sector, and also logistics is very popular, but also, as you can see, marketing, communication, or finances are also very, very popular among our graduates. And just you can see a short list basically for the opportunities, what kind of positions you can get when you finish this bachelor degree. So you can be either a sales representative or a product manager, category manager, but you can think about like very different fields. Some of our students end up at a hotel chain, in the hotel industry, or at recruitment companies, or in the beauty industries, cosmetics, car companies, banks, financial institutions. So basically you will have like a wide range of options, because as I said, it will give you the fundamentals of business in very different fields and in very different sectors of international companies. And now the 2nd undergraduate program that we offer is the 5-year Grandacre program. So basically it's a kind of a different experience, because it's a very deep learning experience for 5 years. So imagine that at the end of this 5 year, you will get a master degree. So this 5 year also have an undergraduate cycle, which is again a 3-year cycle, undergraduate cycle, with internships, with the international semester also. So as I said, all our programs include this international semester. And also you will have the opportunity to spend 1 full year at either the Budapest campus or the Shanghai campuses. So it's a very nice program, because in the master cycle, you can further specialize. So basically you can choose, as you can see, some examples like sustainable management, human resources, or the financial management sector, or marketing you're interested in. But you do not have to choose at the very beginning when you apply. You will have some time to think about it, and before you start your master cycle, you can choose your specialization. And again, at the end of the master cycle, there is an internship. And so no matter which program you choose and which campus you choose, the important thing that you will get the same French degree. So for example, if you come to our Budapest campus, you will get the same French degree as if you were in Paris or Lyon or Strasbourg. So this is the employment insight, just to give you an idea. So as I said, our students get employed very quickly after graduation. Like 93% are recruited in less than 3 months. And also a high percentage of them is recruited even before graduation. Mainly this is because, if they are at an internship, they like it very much and they tend to stay with the company. They do their internship. And yeah, our students actually they are ready for the job market. I think that's the most important thing, that we prepare our students for the job market with the internships, with the hands-on learning environment that we create in our classrooms, because our courses are very interactive. We give the floor to debate, to discuss the given topics, and as we have like small classes, there is always this active interaction with the professor and among the students. So I think these programs are very well designed in order to be able to, give the most to the students that they need to know about business and management sector. So just a couple of examples. So it's not the full list, because I said we have partnerships with over 2,000 companies worldwide, but just to give you an idea where our students end up and where we have partnerships, or where our students go to a company visit, because that's also what we do. So as you can see, there are hotels here, banks, cosmetics, so like many industries. So if you can, just think about a product that you like and you want to be the product manager or the marketing manager, just the floor is yours. Just come to ESSCA and we teach you how to reach that goal. So why you should choose us? I mentioned a couple of things already, but just to summarize. So basically, as I said, we have these small seminar style classes, which give you the opportunity, to learn, to develop yourself, your skills, your hard and soft skills. We have a mentoring system. So this is a mentoring system that it's compulsory for all our students. So from day one until graduation, every student have an adult mentor who help them with their studies, if they have any troubles with the courses, or they need some advice with the internship, international semester, or anything they might have issues with. There is always someone who they can turn to. So I think this is a very nice professional help that our students like to use, and we encourage them to use, because that's for their development. And also we have the student learning support. So if a student struggles with a subject, we can assign a mentor, a tutor for them who can help them with that specific subject. So let's jump into the application procedure, how you can apply to us. As for international students, I will go more deeply into that. So because I believe you're coming from very different countries. So for the online, we have an online application form for the international students. So what we require is the academic transcripts of the last 2 years of secondary education. It has to be translated to English or French. What we also require is a motivation letter, a CV, and there is also an English proficiency. Well, if it's an English track, then obviously it's the English proficiency that we need, so an English test. If it's the French track that you're applying to, then it's the French language exam. It's level B2 that we require. So everything is online. When you applied online and submitted all the documents that is needed, then there is an online admission interview. It's a 30-minute discussion. It's a motivational interview about your plans, about your motivation, and about yourself. There is no extra test to be taken. It's more about your personality and your views, maybe your critical thinking, and we might ask you to give us an idea about a certain topic or a current news, so that can also happen. So this is the application procedure. We have a deadline until the end of June. However, we always encourage our students to apply early because we have some early bird discounts. We also have some partial scholarships available. So for the best candidates, they can also apply for scholarship. That can give them a reduction from the tuition fee, and yeah, that's why it's better. And of course, if you need a visa, again, it's better to apply early to give you enough time, make your arrangements for travels and accommodation and visa procedure. And here are some current students. So as you can see, they are coming from very diverse background and from very different countries. So the reason why they choose ESSCA is also very different. Some of them, choosing ESSCA because of the ranking or international recognition. Some of them are choosing ESSCA because they like the multicultural environment on our campuses. Or the excellence of the program, and also they like this hands-on learning methods. So there are very different reasons, but the thing is that when they are on campus, they all like it. So that's why it's very good to hear back from our students, because it's always nice to hear their feedback and that they like it here. And before finishing, I would like to show another short video to you. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video and the presentation. I hope you get this short insight and quick insight to ESSCA School of Management. And I do hope that you collected your questions during the presentation. And now the floor is yours to ask any questions that you might have.
Thank you very much, Monica, for your presentation. And for those who have joined us after the beginning of the webinar, we will share with you the registration of the event, so you can rewatch it in case you missed some parts. Okay, so we are ready to answer the questions that we received from our audience. So let's start with the first one. We have Risa asking, could you say that it is possible to waive the IELTS requirement if I'm studying English master degree?
So for the master degree, the IELTS score that is required? I didn't really get that.
Yeah, Risa is asking if she has already studied in English.
Okay.
Is it mandatory to have the IELTS score?
Okay, I get it. So yeah, basically, if you studied your previous studies entirely in English, then you can be exempted from under this requirement. So in that case, you just need a certificate from your school stating that your studies has been in English, and that would be enough to prove your English proficiency.
Okay, thank you very much. And then we have another question. A student is asking if you also have online courses or classes.
But for the degree seeking programs, no, we have on-campus courses. So actually what we do is we require presence. So we take attendance seriously. Only like 15% of the classes can be missed because yeah, so as I said, we have this very interactive way of teaching, and you have to be in the class to experience that, and you have to be there to share your views. So yeah, we require presence on the campuses, and yeah, this is what you need to prepare for if you apply to ESSCA.
Thank you. So let's move to the next question. Someone is asking if you have any suggestion about how to stand out during the interview that is included in the admission process.
Mm-hmm. For me personally, I can give you an advice to be yourself, really, to show who you are. You never try to be someone else, because it will stand out. You can stand out being yourself, being proud of what you have achieved, even though maybe it seems a minor thing, but you can also think about your lives. I mean, you are young, you may be just in high school or early at university years, but really when you think about your life, what have you done? What has, if you helped a fellow students with their studies, or you volunteered, or you stand out in some sport, or I don't know, if you really like a subject that you enjoy talking about, there is always something that you can just highlight. And I think this is what's important, to highlight what you're good at, and try not to hide your weaknesses. I mean, I think to be strong and to grow strong, you have to show your weaknesses. You have to show that you know what you need to be developed in. For example, if you want to develop your patience, then yeah, be proud that you are already knowing, or what are your weaknesses, and you want to develop them.
Thank you, Monica. I think it's great advice also in life, not only when it comes to study. So now we have a question about scholarships. So are they assigned on an annual basis, or once a student gets one, it lasts for the whole duration of the program?
We offer partial scholarships, which is a one-time waiver, tuition fee waiver. So basically, if you apply, actually you can apply within the application fee. I haven't mentioned that, but when you start your online application, there will be a section where you can highlight and you can indicate that you are applying for the partial scholarships. In that section, you will need to explain why you should be awarded with the scholarship. It can be academic records or academic excellence or sport activities or volunteering, so any other activities that you find interesting and worth mentioning. And then the admission jury will decide whether you should be awarded with the scholarship. At undergraduate level, what we offer currently is 1,000, 2,000 euros as a one-time tuition waiver.
Thank you very much. And also we have a student asking if ESSCA also provides any accommodation solution for international students.
We do not have our own dormitory or own residence center, but we do have a wide range of solutions to our students. So we have hostels, we have apartments to offer. So we have a list of of those who are offering accommodation to our students. Usually they live together, 3-4 students sharing an apartment, but also it happens that they book a room in a hostel for themselves. So it's really based on the needs of the students. Some of them live together, so live alone, sorry. So if it's something that you would like to do, obviously it's up to you, but yeah, we can help our students to find accommodation that fit their needs.
Perfect, thank you very much for your answer. And then we have someone asking if there's a limit in the number of admitting students per year or per program at ESSCA.
But yeah, our programs tend to fill up quite quickly, and yeah, depending on the quality of the students. But yeah, the numbers, as I said, the classes are quite small. So, you know, for example, like 20-25 students in a classroom, that's the average. So we do not accept more students than that for one campus. But obviously, you know, if you're choosing a different campus, and then it can happen that there is space at that specific campus. But as I said, so the classes are small, and we keep the classes small. So yeah, stand out, be among the best, and you will be admitted.
Thank you. So we have a couple of questions about students' life. So we have been asked about if it is expensive to study in France, how about living costs, and if you recommend like to take a French course before coming to France.
Okay, so yeah, depending on the city, well, it can be, of course, it can be expensive. Obviously, Paris would be the most expensive to live in, so the living cost can be a bit higher in Paris than the rest of the country. For me, as I'm from Hungary, I'm from the Budapest campus, I can, you know, give you more information about living costs in here, but also I can give you just an idea. So basically in Paris, the living cost would be about 800, 1,000 euros per month. For example, in Budapest, it would be about 400 per month. So that would be the difference. But of course, if you go to a smaller city in France, that can be a bit cheaper, like 600, 700. So it's really depending on the city. But yeah, I think it's better to, you know, there are these living cost comparisons online available. So I advise you to check it out to see based on the city you're interested in. But yeah, as I said, it can be very different based on the city you're interested in.
Okay, and also about student life and living costs. Does ESSCA provide any support for students wishing to find, for example, a part-time job, or if you offer any language courses provided by the school?
Oh, yeah, I haven't answered actually the previous one for the French language courses. So yeah, obviously you can survive with English in France and also in Hungary. So, but of course, I mean, if you just want to chat in the supermarket, or if you want to, you know, ease the way you live, then it's better to learn some basic French. But you know, being an international student does not require any French knowledge. You will survive with your English with no problems with that. And that goes for Hungary as well, so for Budapest as well. But obviously, I mean, yeah, if you're interested in the language, it's good to learn. And also at our campuses, we offer, so it's a good question that you asked, the languages. So as for the second language, we offer Spanish, French, of course, French, Spanish, Italian, German. So our students have the opportunity to choose from very different languages that they can study. They can study during their courses. And also we have business English. course. So even though maybe, I don't know if we have any students whose first language is English here, but usually it's not the case. So our students learn business English negotiations. So I think it's also good for those who have a very good English proficiency. They can benefit from these negotiations classes.
That's a great opportunity, actually. And so we have a further question, and this is about the requirements to apply for semesters abroad.
Yeah, there is. So there is always an opportunity to spend one semester abroad. So for example, during the 3-year bachelor program, there is in the 2nd year, our students go abroad and they apply for the partner institutions during the end of the 1st year. So they will get at undergraduate level, we have about 50 institutions that they can choose from. So basically they can indicate which institution they would like to apply to. So as I said, we have partner institutions all over the world, so they can stay in Europe, go to Canada, South America, Asia, Australia. So basically we have partners all over the world, and they can apply to these institutions. For example, if the student is at the Budapest campus, our students also have the opportunity to choose one of our French campuses, so either Paris or Lyon. So they can choose. They also have the opportunity to go elsewhere, but if they wish, they can also experience a different ESSCA campus in France.
Okay, thank you very much for your answer. And also, do the courses include any project work or team works based on real case studies or any contact with companies?
Yeah, we have this very hands-on learning environment, and we bring case studies to the classroom. So the students do a lot of project work, they do company visits. So we try to combine academic knowledge and theoretical knowledge with the practice-oriented approach, and also with the internship. So you will get a lot of insight to how real companies work in like real life. And also we not only have university professors teaching at our courses, but also professors who are coming from the field. So maybe they are like company directors or company managers, and they will bring more like up-to-date cases to the classroom. So I think that's a great benefit at our courses. And we have this very strong relations with companies. So that's why the first reason being is that we want to follow the trends. So basically we want to know what skills are needed, what knowledge is needed from the students to be successful. Just for us to know how we can prepare best our students from the professional life. So I think it's very important that we offer this and we develop ourselves continuously in that subject, because the business world never stops. I mean, it's developing also. So that's why we want to keep track on the trend, and this is what we are bringing into the classroom. And actually, I haven't answered one of the previous questions that I just recall, that it was about the part-time job or something like that, whether it's possible to get a part-time job. So yeah, it's possible. Some of our students do work. However, I just come back to the thing that I mentioned, that attendance is important. So first is school. If you have time, if you have the energy, then yeah, please feel free to work, as some of our students do, but it requires quite a lot of flexibility from the employer side. So because you have to be in the classroom, but yeah, you can, when you have free time, so it can happen that you have the morning free or the afternoon free of classes. Then obviously, if you can manage your workload and your professional life with that, then it's okay. But other than that, I advise you to really think it over whether you can manage with your workload. And speaking of which, I can tell you that usually the classes are from 9 to 12 in the morning and from 1 to 4 in the afternoon. But it can happen that you have an evening class, because as I said, we have professors or teachers who are coming from their everyday work, they finish at their company and they come to teach at our classes. So it can happen that you have an evening class from 4 until 7. Of course, it doesn't happen every day, but it just it can happen. So that's why it's a bit difficult to plan. But yeah, it's really up to you.
Okay, thank you. And we have a further question. A student is asking if the degrees obtained at ESSCA are recognized worldwide.
Yes, they are. Based on the recognition by the French ministry, and also because of the 3 international accreditations, as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation. So basically, these 2 give a guarantee that it's internationally recognized, the degree that you get. And for example, if after undergraduate level, so after finishing the 3 years, you just want to go elsewhere to do your master or start your professional career, and you show your degree, it will be recognized by the company or by the university that you're applying to.
Great. And we have a student asking how easy it is to find a job in France after studying at ESSCA if someone is not a French native speaker.
Well, the thing is that in France, there is like a lot of international companies. So obviously, it's everything is easier if you speak French, but if it comes to an international company, and it stands for Hungary as well, I mean, there are like lots of international companies where you can find a job without speaking the local language. So for example, in France, there are like for international career opportunities, I think this is like paradise, because really it's like among the biggest international companies are there. They have branches all over France. In France, there are like paid internship opportunities. So I think, as I said, the school is helping the students to find the best place for them. So for example, if a student wants to stay in France after finishing their studies, they will already have the experience after the 2 internships period. They will get easily employed if they can show that, yeah, I've done my internship here and here. So they will have this nice experience already. So that's why it would be for them, it would be easier to find the job. And also international students, who like to stay in France, they tend to study in French as well, the language. But yeah, as I said, it's not an issue if you do not speak French. You can manage with your English knowledge.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. And going back to student life, a student is asking if at ESSCA there are any students association that allows students to get involved into the campus life.
Yeah, there are quite a lot student associations in France. Also in Hungary, there are a couple now. So in France, they're like a wide range. There are like sport activities offered. There are, if you're interested in, I don't know, some business or entrepreneurship clubs or associations, you can join those. So there are like quite a few options. And also, if you do not find the one that suits you, you can also start your own association. So that also happens. For example, here at our Budapest campus, our students just gathered because they were very interested in startups. So that's why they did a small club, and they applied for a fund. They got the fund, and now they're starting to build their association around these startup and entrepreneurship issues. So that's, I think, a very good thing to start, because this has never happened. I mean, we haven't had this kind of associations, but if the students want to do it, they can.
Perfect, thank you. So I think we have time for a couple of more questions. And we have a student asking, what are the typical jobs we can expect to land?
Okay, so yeah, during my presentations, I mentioned a couple of positions that you might end up. So it's it's really based on your interest. So as I said, our programs, if it comes to the 3-year bachelor program, for example, it will give you an overall understanding of how businesses work, how international companies operate, coming from finances, marketing, logistics, human resources, many fields, many aspects and sectors of the business field. So for example, if you're interested in, I don't know, a hotel industry, let's say, then some of our students, it just came to my mind because some of our students just went to internship to a hotel. So that's why, for example, if you have this in your mind, you can work on that and you can find a job in that. So with this program, it's good that it will give you the floor to think about your plans, and maybe you will change your plans for the future. But if you are experiencing a lot of sectors during the company visits or during your internships, maybe you will start with, I don't know, marketing, and you end up in finances because you enjoy that better. And you will get the opportunity to experience all these fields and all these sectors of the business life and in the company's department, because you will have the opportunity to experience, and not only the internship, but also from the professors who are bringing these case studies to the classroom, or the project you're working on. So you will learn during these 3 years what is best for you. So if you want to be the marketing manager or the product manager of a company, or you want to build your own startup, that can also happen. Actually, here we have a student on our campus who is really working on his startup already, because he just developed this idea, and together with the mentor and together with all the help that he received, he could manage to build a successful startup company. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to say where you can end up, because basically you can end up in very different departments and very different sectors. And if it's again, I can mention the hotel industry, or cosmetics, or car production, or a bank. Maybe you're interested in finances, then you can work on a bank and be the product manager of a new bank loan or whatever. So really, it's a wide range of options. So if you have something in mind, you can just talk about that with your mentor, or you can bring it to the classroom, and you might get the idea developed during your studies, and you can just start your professional life in that sector that you imagined for yourself. I think for us it's important that we prepare our students for that. So we prepare them for the business life, for their professional career, and these programs are designed to do that.
Thank you, Monica. Your answer was very inspiring. And we have one last question that is about the possibility of choosing among any elective courses to customize one's program during the bachelor's degree.
Mm-hmm. So during the program, we only have like 1 or 2 electives. So because it's designed to be a very complex program. So that's why the second language, the foreign language, you can choose. As I said, that's an option. And also there are like 1 or 2 electives during the 3 years that you can choose. And also there is this specialization for international business developer in in English. So talking about the English track. So that's the specialization we offer for the undergraduate program. When it comes to the master level, so after the bachelor, there you will have more options to choose specific fields that you're interested in. So there you will be able to choose from finances or marketing or other management, like organizational management, or other specializations that are more in-depth to the subject that you're interested in. But for the bachelor, I think the idea is really to give you an overall understanding of how these international companies operate.
Okay. Thank you very much, Monica, for all your answers and also for being with us today and giving our audience the chance of get more information about ESSCA, the ESSCA School of Management. And I also would like to thank all the students who joined our webinar today. We hope it was useful for you and look forward to get in touch with you again during our upcoming events. So thank you very much for being with us, and I wish you a great rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.